Hello students, today we are going to discuss an important topic of your class 10th, that is polynomials. You have already learned about the polynomials in class 8th as well as in class 9th. As per the class 9th is concerned of polynomials, you have learned about the zeros of the polynomial, you have learned about the algebraic identities. Now in class 10th, we will discuss more polynomials. We will discuss first about the geometrical representation of the polynomials. We will represent division algorithm of the polynomials, and we will discuss the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. Also, we will define in class 10th what is the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial in terms of cubic polynomial. So let us begin with the polynomials, the definition of the polynomials. So I will write here the polynomials. So as per the definition of the polynomial is concerned, we define the polynomial as, you might know in class 8th what is an algebraic expression, or in class 9th. And algebraic expression, it is an algebraic expression. What is an algebraic expression? It is the combination of constants and variables together with the mathematical operation, that is plus, minus, multiplication and division. It is an algebraic expression in one variable, that is most important, in one variable x. Suppose we take the variable x. It is an algebraic expression in one variable x, is of the form is like this: f of x is equal to, it is a naught x raised power 0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube, or up to dash dash we can write it as a(n)x raised power n. This is the mathematical definition of the polynomial. It is an algebraic expression in one variable x. It is of the form f of x is equal to a naught x raised power 0, here a1x raised power 1, a2x square, a3x cube, up to dash dash a(n)x raised power n, where the conditions are a naught, a1, a2, up to dash dash an. These are real numbers. These are real numbers, and the condition is that an is not equal to 0. Also, n is called the degree of the polynomial. N is called the degree of the polynomial. Suppose we take a polynomial f of x is equal to a naught x raised power 0. If we talk about this polynomial, this is suppose we take a polynomial f of x is equal to 3. This is a constant polynomial. We can express 3 as x raised power 0. So what is the degree of this variable? The degree is here 0. The degree is here 0. Therefore, it is called a constant polynomial. This is the first thing. Suppose if we highlight this thing, f of x is equal to a naught x raised power 0. This will give us a constant polynomial. Second, if we move up to this, f of x is equal to a1x. So we can write here f of x is equal to a naught x raised power 0 plus a1x. What is this? We can take the example like this: f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. So what is the degree of the x? The degree of the x is here 1. So the polynomial is called a linear polynomial because the degree of the x is here 1. So it is called the linear polynomial. If we consider another polynomial, just move towards third place, that is like this: f of x is equal to ax square, or we can write it as f of x is equal to 3x square plus 2x plus 1. What is the degree of this polynomial? Look towards the variable. The highest degree is 2. The highest degree is 2. So the polynomial is called a quadratic polynomial. Likewise, this term gives us the constant polynomial. If we move towards this place, that gives us the linear polynomial. If we move towards this polynomial, it will give us a quadratic. If we will move towards the fourth place, that is the cubic polynomial. And up to dash, you can consider any of the polynomial, like if you like f of x is equal to x raised power 100, or if you write f of x is equal to x raised power 50. These are all the polynomials. Depends upon the degree, highest degree. What is highest degree? This is the degree of the variable. Here the degree is 1, here the degree is 0, here the degree is 1, here the degree is 2 and 3, so and so forth. So a polynomial is an algebraic expression in one variable x. One variable is necessary here. It is only in the variable of x, or you can write it in the variable y, but always in one variable. It is of the form f of x is equal to a naught x raised power 0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube up to dash up to an x raised power n. One most important point is degree of the polynomial must be a whole number. This is most important point of this definition of the polynomial. The degree of the polynomial must be a whole number. So it will never be a fraction. Suppose if we take an example of the polynomial f of x is equal to 1 divided by x. So here we can write f of x is equal to x raised power minus 1. Degree of the polynomial must be a whole number. So when you define a polynomial, the degree must be always a whole number. Consider a polynomial like this, f of x is equal to 1 divided by x. What is the degree? F of x can be expressed x raised power minus 1. But the degree is here negative. So this is not a polynomial. This is not a polynomial. So the condition is this. It must be in one variable. Second condition, the degree must be a whole number. And this polynomial, which I have defined here in the definition, is called nth degree polynomial. It is called nth degree polynomial. So this is the first topic of your class 10th. This is a geometrical representation of the polynomials. We consider a polynomial. Suppose we have f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. This is the linear polynomial because the degree of x is 1. Actually, this f of x is nothing. It is y. Y is equal to 2x plus 3. It becomes an equation in two variables. If we draw the graph of this equation, you know that the linear equation two variables has infinite number of solutions. So as far as the 0 is concerned, it will intersect the x-axis at only one point. That is, suppose this point, because if we take y is equal to 0, you will get the value of x. 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. We get 2x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 3 by 2. That means the value of x is here 1, minus 3 by 2. That is, the degree is 1 and the 0 is 1. So we have calculated the value of x. X is equal to minus 3 by 2. Actually, this is the 0 of the linear polynomial 2x plus 3. If we plot this point on the graph, that's on the x-axis, we get like this and like this. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. If we plot y is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 3, that is like this. It will intersect the line like this. It will be the point minus 3 divided by 2 comma 0 because the value of y is 0. So it means that a linear polynomial intersects the x-axis at exactly one point. Therefore, it has only one 0. Why? Because the degree of the polynomial is 1. So in terms of geometrical representation, if there is a linear polynomial and if we know the 0 of the linear polynomial, it is 1. It intersects the x-axis at exactly one point. that is minus 3 divided by 2. Now consider a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is like this: ax square plus bx plus c. It's a quadratic polynomial. If we draw the graph of this quadratic polynomial, we know that the quadratic polynomial has two zeros. It has two zeros. Why? Because the degree of the quadratic polynomial is 2. It depends upon the sign of a, whether if a is greater than 0. If the quadratic polynomial, if the coefficient of x square is positive, that is a greater than 0, you get a curve like this, U-shaped. Case second, if we have a less than 0, that means if you have a quadratic polynomial, the coefficient of x square is negative, that is less than 0, you get a curve like this. So it depends upon the sign, whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. If a is greater than 0, you get a curve like this, U-shaped, and if a is less than 0, you get a curve like this. These special curves are called the parabolas. These are called the parabolas. So if we draw these parabolas on the graph, we will get like this. We take the case first. If a is greater than 0, this will be an upward parabola, that is U-shaped. It will intersect the x-axis at exactly 2 points, this point and this point. Suppose this is a and this is b. Which case is this? Is a greater than 0. So I will put here a greater than 0. So whether you have a quadratic polynomial, the quadratic polynomial, you know that it has two zeros. If a is greater than 0, you get a U-shaped curve like the upward parabola, we can say. This is like this. It intersects the x-axis at exactly 2 points. Now the case second, if we draw another graph like this, it will intersect the x-axis at exactly 2 points, but the graph will be downwards. The parabola will be downwards because the value of a is less than 0. It is point A and this is point B. So you have discussed the geometrical representation of the linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial. If you have two zeros, it will intersect the x-axis at 2 points, at exactly 2 points. A and B depends upon the sign, whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. If a is greater than 0, you get an upward parabola, and if a is less than 0, you will get a downward parabola. It depends upon the sign. In this case, it will intersect the x-axis at exactly 2 points. In this case, it intersects the x-axis at exactly 2 points, but downwards, and this is upwards. Or we can write that it is upward parabola. Upward parabola. And this is called the downward parabola. It is called the downward parabola. So we have discussed the geometrical representation of the polynomials of quadratic polynomial and linear polynomial. You know that a linear polynomial intersects the x-axis exactly in 1 point. Second point, the quadratic polynomial intersects the x-axis exactly at 2 points. It depends upon the sign, whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. If you have a cubic polynomial, p of x is equal to ax cube, it will intersect the x-axis at exactly 3 points. And what about the biquadratic polynomial? It will intersect the x-axis exactly at 4 points. So it depends upon the degree of the polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is whatever the degree is, it will intersect that many points on the x-axis. So we have exercise number 2.1 of your textbook. We have to calculate the zeros of the polynomial. Suppose we have question number first here. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is upward parabola here. It will intersect the x-axis at this point and this point. So we have to calculate the number of zeros. In part number first, we have to calculate the number of zeros. We write here it will intersect the x-axis at exactly 2 points. So it has, I write here, it has 2 zeros. Why? Because it intersects the x-axis at exactly 2 points. And it is the upward parabola. In this case, a will be greater than 0. So it intersects the x-axis at exactly 2 points. Now, second part. What about this? This is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is a line parallel to x-axis. It doesn't intersect the x-axis at any point. So it has, part number second, it has no zero. Why? Because it does not intersect the x-axis at any point. It intersects the y-axis. What about the third part? Here is x-axis and this is y-axis. This graph intersects the x-axis at exactly 1 point. So it has only 1 zero. It has only 1 zero. Why? Because it will intersect the x-axis at exactly 1 point. Now, moving towards the fourth part. Fourth part is, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Locate the points. This is 1 point, this is second point, this is third point, and this is fourth point. Again, I will repeat here. This is first point on the x-axis, this is second point on the x-axis, this is third point on the x-axis, and this is fourth point on the x-axis. It intersects the x-axis exactly at 4 points. So it has 4 zeros. That means it is a biquadratic. It's a biquadratic polynomial. What about this? This is part number 5th. This is x-axis and y-axis. We'll locate the points. This is point number 1st, this is point number 2nd, this is point number 3rd, and this is last point, point number 4. It is also a biquadratic polynomial. It intersects, it has 1, 2, 3, and 4. It has also 4 zeros. It will intersect the x-axis at exactly 4 points. I will define here one thing. Suppose if I have a graph like this. It's a parabola, downward parabola, but it doesn't intersect the x-axis at any point. So I will call that it has no zero. Why? Because it does not intersect the x-axis at any point. So we generalize the concept here. What is the geometrical representation of the polynomial? Simply, the geometrical representation of the polynomial is, if you have a polynomial, it depends upon the degree. If you have a degree 1 linear polynomial, it will intersect the x-axis at only 1 point, single point. But polynomial must be in variable x. That's the condition here. Second part is this: if you have a quadratic polynomial, this quadratic polynomial depends upon the signs. If you have a greater than 0 or if you have a less than 0, it depends upon the sign. If you have a greater than 0, it is the upward parabola. And if you have a less than 0, it's a downward parabola. So it depends upon the sign. So if you have a quadratic polynomial, it will intersect the x-axis exactly at 2 points. Third point, if you have a cubic polynomial, it will intersect the x-axis exactly at 3 points. And if you have a biquadratic polynomial, what is the biquadratic polynomial? It is of the form f of x is equal to x raised power 4. That means it has 4 zeros because it depends upon the degree. If you have a biquadratic polynomial, it will intersect the x-axis exactly at 4 points. So if we have a polynomial, that is y is equal to p of x. Y is equal to p of x, be a quadratic polynomial. Be a quadratic polynomial. That is f of x or p of x, you can write it as ax square plus bx plus c. you know that the zeros of the quadratic polynomials are 2. So it satisfies the conditions if a is greater than 0 or a less than 0. So it gives us curves like this. This is a less than 0. Second one is like this. This is a greater than 0. So these two curves are called the parabolas. So it will intersect the x-axis exactly at 2 points. If we have a graph like this, it seems that this parabola intersects the x-axis exactly at 1 point. But the condition is there, d is equal to 0. D is called the discriminant. The roots will be equal, or it will be like this, x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 2. The roots of this polynomial will be equal. So it will intersect the x-axis exactly at 1 point. But the condition is this, discriminant must be equal to 0. So when you have a quadratic polynomial, it has highest degree 2. It depends whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. If a is greater than 0, you will get U-shaped figure, U-shaped curve. And if a is less than 0, you will get a less than 0. And if this graph cuts the x-axis, it seems that it cuts the x-axis exactly at 1 point. This seems that discriminant is equal to 0. That means it has exactly 2 roots, but both the roots are equal in number. That's why it seems that it will intersect the x-axis exactly at 1 point. But in terms of 2 different zeros, they will intersect the x-axis exactly at 2 points, like this or like this. This is point A, this is point B. And this also point A, and this is point B. This is case downward parabola. It is a less than 0. This is another case, it is a greater than 0. So we have the quadratic polynomial like this. Quadratic polynomial is in the form of y is equal to p of x. It is in the variable x. It is defined as f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. The condition is that it depends upon the sign whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. If a is greater than 0, it gives us this, and if a is less than 0, it gives us this figure. These two curves, these are the two special curves. They are called the parabolas. So actually the parabolas are of 4 types. If we define the parabolas, that's like this. First one is, it is called the right hand parabola. Second one is this. It's called the left hand parabola. Third one is like this. This is called upward parabola. We have already defined this, in which a is greater than 0. And last one is like this, downwards. It's called a downward parabola, in which a is less than 0. This is in this first quadrant, this in the left hand side, this in the right hand side, this is upward parabola, and this is downward parabola. Actually the parabolas are of 4 types. So as far as the geometrical representation of the polynomial is concerned, we have defined the linear polynomial. It will intersect the x-axis at exactly 1 point. Second point was this, the quadratic polynomial, that will intersect the x-axis exactly at 2 points. And third point was this, the cubic polynomial. It will intersect the x-axis exactly at 3 points. And we have a special polynomial, biquadratic polynomial. It will intersect the x-axis exactly at 4 points. If we have a polynomial that doesn't intersect the x-axis, so that polynomial must be in the form of y. So that will intersect the y-axis. That will never intersect the x-axis. So these were the 4 parabolas which were discussed. And this was all for the geometrical representation of the polynomial. This topic will be continued in next lecture. Till then, bye-bye.